is.
Throughout the highs, throughout the lows, you stay even keel, stay in the moment.
What's left right now?
Nothing. It's win-to-win for us.
It's got to be better in Game 6 and close the series.
James goes to the rim once again, lays it up and in.
Trying to win himself another ring.
Oh, Rajon Rondo putting on a show.
This game has completely gotten away from Miami.
This historic 2020 NBA championship belongs to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Organization want their respect. Laker Nation want their respect. I want my damn respect too.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into First Take. Thank you for spending part of your day here with us. I'm Molly Karen Rose with my guys, Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman. Stephen A., let me just say this. I always tell you your hair looks better shorter. I'm liking this haircut now. And then you never stick with it. See how good it is right now? This is how your hair should be.
I mean, Molly, it's not my fault.
Told him yesterday, Molly. Crispy.
It's first of all, it's not my fault.
Good.
It's not my fault because here's the deal. You know, your brother, you can't get to the barbershop all the time, particularly with my schedule. I mean, when you see it grow out, it's because I ain't have a chance to get to Queens to see my man Marlon. You understand? So I mean, I'm moving and all of that stuff, and so as a result, I get it in when I get it in. I can't be like Max, where I'm in the mirror every morning. You cut my own hair. I ain't got it like that. I need help.
Molly's saying, don't look like the dude from Ice Pirates back in the day, Stephen. I don't know if you remember that one.
Oh, my God.
I don't remember Ice Pirates. I remember George Jefferson, though.
Stephen A.
I remember George Jefferson.
People who know will get it.
Oh, my God. The Jeffersons is always on in my house. Please, we're watching TV from the 70s here. We're losing it with this pandemic. All right, anyway, we're going to stay focused. And Stephen A., you do have the clout where the barber could come to you at this point, in case you didn't know. But speaking of clout, we had a Woj bomb this morning, and that's what I want to dive into. NBA news, y'all. Anthony Davis finalizing a 5-year, $190 million maximum contract to stay with the Los Angeles Lakers. CEO Rich Paul telling ESPN the deal includes an early termination option prior to a 5th season in 2024-2025. The deal could be signed as soon as today. In other Lakers news, they agreed to a 2-year extension with LeBron James. Max, who's the bigger signing at this point? Is it AD or LeBron?
Let me get this straight. Are you asking who's the bigger signing? The 36-year-old who still signed up for another season and got the 27-year-old to come and join him? Or the 27-year-old who's not from there, who's never played in his hometown, who said on a podcast recently, I'm not of the Lakers right now, and who was about to be a free agent, right? And you just signed him for 5 years. The 27-year-old who you just snapped up for the rest of his prime. The best years of AD's career are very likely now going to occur as a Los Angeles Laker. Clearly, it is the AD signing that is the bigger deal. Like, did I really think he was going to go anywhere? Nah, I didn't think AD was moving. I thought he was going to stay right there in LA. But I knew LeBron wasn't going anywhere. I knew it because he had a contract. You knew LeBron was going to stay right there. But even just for right now, AD is locked up. And for the rest of the man's prime, the Lakers now have their next great big, who is going to be remembered now as a Los Angeles Laker. You know, the way Kareem is thought of as a Laker, Shaq is thought of as a Laker. Anthony Davis will be thought of as a Laker. He is the new great Laker big.
Anthony Davis is one of the top 3 players on the planet. He's big time, and I get where you're coming from with all the things that you pointed out. But to me, LeBron is a bigger deal only because of this. Everything about the Los Angeles Lakers is about LeBron James. Even the greatness of Anthony Davis shining through to a championship level is about LeBron James. We saw AD in New Orleans all of those years. He couldn't get past the second round. His first year with LeBron James, he is a champion. It's LeBron James reminding everybody that he's the best in the world. We got to take into account some of the things that we were saying. We wondered once upon a time whether anybody wanted to come and play with LeBron James, okay? We were talking about that when he first arrived with the Lakers, but AD ultimately ends up coming on board. There is leadership that was exhibited from day one until the final day, the continuity. continuity, the consistency, the togetherness, the cohesiveness, all of that was due in large part to LeBron James. It's not to say that Anthony Davis had nothing to do with that, because we know better. And we also understand that Anthony Davis, with LeBron having him to lean on, was a big, big thing. They don't win the championship without Anthony Davis. We get all of that. There were times in the bubble where we looked at him and said, this dude is the best player on the planet, not LeBron James, because of the way that AD was playing at times. We get all of that. But in the end, when you talk about a model of consistency, shooting 49% from the field, nearly 35% from three-point range, leading the league in assists at age 35, 36 years of age, averaging 10.2 per game, and of course the 25 a game, making the necessary sacrifices when called upon, stepping up for the challenges when called upon, exhibiting a consistent level of leadership that even Magic Johnson stood back and applauded time and time again. You take all of those things into consideration, along with the distractions, Kobe Bryant's unfortunate and devastating passing, the stoppage of league play, ultimately it being reignited, and then the social justice issues that took place to the point where teams and players were contemplating not even playing at all, with one of them being the Los Angeles Lakers. All of these distractions, all of these things that happened, it ended up being an Achilles heel for the Los Angeles Clippers, who felt like they were together enough, if the season hadn't stopped, for them to really, really make a run. But once they came back, some of them didn't want to come back, et cetera, et cetera. The Lakers, no matter what happened, even with Avery Bradley electing not to play and participate in bubble play, everything you look at, it's not just about the play on the court. It's about leadership. And when LeBron James signs on board to say, I want to be here, essentially saying, I want to end my career here, it also elevates the profile of the Lakers in this regard, Max. It reminds us all that the Lakers, when you are a star and you produce for them, there is no controversy. They take care of their own. And that's the message they sent to Anthony Davis. And they sent it again with LeBron James, which made it that much easier for him to commit to the 5 years, $190 million max.
That's what Jeannie Buss told me when they extended Kobe before they'd even seen him on a court after a catastrophic injury at an advanced age when it was pretty clear he'd never be the same, and they extended him. They thought they were out from under a deal that was hurting them. They extended him 2 years, $50 million, which at the time was a lot, like it's a lot now, but was the most you could give a guy basically, just about. And I asked Jeannie Buss about that, and she said that the rest of the league, besides doing right by Kobe, has to see how the Lakers take care of their own. I thought that was an excuse at the time, but it's clearly true. Jeannie Buss, since she got rid of Jim Buss, it took her 3 years to win a title. And now they have both LeBron and AD locked up for the foreseeable, for the next 3 to 5 years. It's still AD that's the bigger signing, though. And look, they get along. Like, one of the great things about LeBron and AD is the kind of chemistry they had right from the beginning. They're both trying to up each other, right? They're pulling in the same direction, one common cause. It's not an ego clash, at least not yet, and it doesn't look like it will be. As opposed to Shaq and Kobe, where they were butting heads at times. Remember what the Lakers did. If we got to choose between Shaq and Kobe, we're taking Kobe. Is that just because he was drafted with the team, or because he was, or because Shaq couldn't play anymore? No, it wasn't that, because Shaq went on to win another title with Dwayne Wade. No, it's that you take the young superstar who's entering his prime over the old superstar, even if you think the old guy is better, right? Anthony Davis, Stephen A., may not even be as good as he'll one day be. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you this right now. Now that he's on the Lakers and he already won a chip, and he's locked up with LeBron on a great organization, he has a chance to become the greatest power forward ever. He has a chance to be remembered that way. When you think about the Lakers 1 through 5 all time, Magic's the greatest point guard ever. Kobe is next to Jordan at the 2 is the greatest ever. At the 3, you have LeBron. At the 5, you have, take your pick, Kareem, Wilt, Shaq. Now at the 4, you have AD. The Lakers are going to have a claim pretty soon to having the best ever, or very close to it, at every single position, on the court 1 through 5. This is an enormous signing of Anthony Davis.
Well, it's an enormous signing, but if you're going to bring up history, let's be accurate with what you're saying here. You're absolutely right about what Jeannie Buss told you. But, you and I have historically disagreed with the signage of Kobe, because she said you got to show that you're taking care of your own. But you also have to remember, they knew that they were beyond competing. They knew that they were not going to be that good. But in the end, Kobe Bryant injured and all, was their box office attraction. People came to the Staples Center to see that brother. And the bottom line is, when you looked at what Jim Buss was doing with this team, it was all you had. She knew she was about to get into a battle with Jim Buss. She knew he needed to go. She needed all the help that she could get. And the one thing to keep things afloat, even though they were going to lose game, was the presence of Kobe Bryant, which made him worth, at the time, every single penny they offered him, even though he was not healthy. The bottom line is it is just that simple. And as it pertains to LeBron now, you cannot say enough about LeBron's leadership with this team over the past year, keeping things together. He had a lot to do with that. Anthony Davis had something to do with it as well, but it's not just about his excellence on the basketball court. It's how he's been able to galvanize the troops, which is something Kawhi Leonard has not done yet. And that's why Kawhi Leonard has a huge, huge challenge ahead of him, because everybody saw what LeBron has done in that same arena. Let's see what Kawhi does this year.
The greatest pairing of the little and the big, the point guard, or forget about little, the point guard and the big in history. Is it Magic and Kareem? Is it Kobe and Shaq? Is it LeBron and AD? They're all Los Angeles Lakers.
I love LeBron and AD, but let's not mention them in the same breath as Magic and Kareem, please. I think we need to stop that. I think we need to stop that. Don't get blasphemous on this national airwaves right now.
You can compare.
No, you cannot.
You can compare LeBron and AD to anybody. Yes,
you can compare them as individual talents, but let's be very, very clear. What do I bring up all the time, Molly? Resume. Excuse me. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the greatest scorer in NBA history. Won 6 titles, 19-time All-Star, all-time leading scorer.
They haven't accomplished that yet. I'm talking about where they rank in the league. When you talk about the all-time pairing of a point guard and a big, they are going to be there. They already got a chip, one of one.
Well, listen,
all right,
they
fellas,
just got together. Hell with all that.
Yeah. It's new love. All right, Max? Anthony Davis averaged 26 points per game, the first time in LeBron's career that he didn't lead his team in scoring. Guess what, fellas?